How does learning occur? In 2017, I graduated from the University of Cyprus with a degree in science of education, teaching in primary school. During all my 4 years of studies, the question of how people learn was the main question that we as future teachers trying to answer. Looking into my teaching experience, but into my experience as a student for almost 20 years as well, I will attempt to give an answer to this question using Vygotsky's learning theory. Vygotsky was a Russian psychologist who developed his theory during the process of improving his own teaching, Wolfov et al. 2013. One of his main ideas was that our specific mental structures and processes can be traced to our interaction with others, Wolfov et al. 2013. People are born with elementary mental functions such as attention, sensation, perception, and memory. Throughout the interaction with their socio-cultural environment, these elementary mental functions are developed into more sophisticated and effective mental strategies, named as higher mental functions, for example, problem solving, Vygotsky 1966. Individuals who have already reached the higher mental functions are engaging children into activities to help them moving from elementary to higher mental functions. This concept often is being described as a web of related notions, Daniels 2001. An example to this is when adults are reading books to children when they cannot read themselves. Adults are engaging the children from a very young age into a reading activity before they can actually read alone, Daniels 2001. One of the main concepts that Vygotsky created was a concept of the zone of proximal development. The Russian psychologist explained that this is the zone where the very well structured instructions of the adult can help the child move from his/her current level of development to a higher level. Wolfov et al. 2013. As a teacher, I was experiencing this procedure every day in my classroom. Here is a picture of the final product in an art class. I gave to my students instructions on how to cut the paper into specific shapes in order to have the final product. I did not witness this process just as a teacher, but also as a student. As a child, I was always singing at my schools and my family celebrations. Singing, it was always something that I could do. When I was a teenager, I decided to take further studies into singing, and I took classes with a very well-known voice coach in Cyprus. During our classes, and using her instructions and guidance, I was able to move from being a child that can sing to a professional singer. The guidance from a person who already knew the techniques helped me to learn and reach to that point myself. And here is me singing in a concert in front of hundreds of people and not just in front of my family or my schools. In Vygotsky's theory, the role of language plays an extremely important role during the process of developmental learning. As he mentioned, language is a tool that each individual uses in the process of private speech. As a child, I remember myself always thinking and having a private speech in order to express my feelings and my thoughts. What got me thinking is that Vygotsky developed a theory thinking of the mother tongue language that each individual has. When we first started our critical group meetings with my classmates, I found myself having the same private speech, but instead of using Greek, I was always using English. As adults and using Vygotsky's theory, in order to communicate our thoughts to other people, we must have that private speech first. That was a point where I came up with my first question. To what extent individuals are able to have that private speech using their second language? Is that private speech as developed as the private speech they have when they're using their mother tongue language? During the meeting with my friends, I was able to notice that we all come from different socio-cultural backgrounds, and we have different experience towards the process of learning, but we are studying in another socio-cultural context, and our tutors are coming from different backgrounds themselves. That led me to my second question. Why the socio-cultural context of a British university can bring all those cultures together and lead them to learning and knowledge?